Once again, welcome to Global One. What you should be seeing on the screen is the course outline. This gives you the overview of what we will be covering for Global One and provides a foundation not only for this course as an overview, but also sets the stage and the foundation for the next course, Global 2. The course outline, in summary, again, is on the screen, but there's an introduction to what we call global or international, and we ask and answer the question and reason why we study the area of global real estate. Of course, there's the big picture of global real estate in a geographic sense, and there are also various pieces as to why we're studying this. On the big picture, one text that's very helpful is the Tom Friedman text, The Lexus and the Olive Tree. Of course, you can acquire this text online from Amazon and other sources, and we'll be saying more on this later in the course. There are additional texts by Friedman and others, and certainly Friedman is not the absolute answer, but Friedman gives us a good big picture of globalization and a globalized world. The specifics, that is, moving from the big picture to specific areas, we cover a number of items and information in modules, and these are modules for the text of this course, the International Real Estate course. We have a textbook that's tied as well to these specific areas. This is International Real Estate, which we sometimes call Global Real Estate, written by Mark Levine, and both Mark Levine and Libby Levine-Segev will be undertaking the comments as we move through this course. We will be reviewing specific regions and countries with the text of International Real Estate. So when we refer to text, we are referring to this book, International Real Estate. When we refer to Friedman, we are generally referring to Lexus and the Olive Tree, unless otherwise indicated. Of course, we cannot cover each and every country, therefore the text covers a limited number of countries as samples in an area. For example, Japan might be one country that we would sample or look over to consider issues relative to Asia. That does not mean it's the only country, it doesn't mean it's a more important country, it simply means that we have a few countries that we will use to represent some of the settings in a given country, or area I should say, such as Asia. Again, we will have modules on these areas. The regions that we will cover include those that you can see on the screen. The Americas. The Americas include all the way from North America south, that is North America itself, which would include Canada, of course, the United States, and then moving south we'll have Central America, South America, and Mexico. I should have said Mexico and South America first. But the idea is we're covering the various Americas. Then we have Europe, and of course various countries in Europe will be sampled. We have Africa, the Middle East, and when we say Middle East, sometimes referred to as Near East. Then we will have Far East or Eastern area of Asia, which will include areas such as China, Japan, Korea, and we will also have Russia and India, whether they're grouped as part of Asia or otherwise. And then we will have certain other areas that are certainly important to sample and give us a good overview of international real estate, such as Australia and New Zealand. By all means, again, we emphasize that there are more countries than those in the international real estate text. There are other countries that we will see and look to when we mention a website that appears later, and it's the Burns website from the Burns School of Real Estate and Construction Management at the University of Denver. That site has about 110 countries on it. Again, we have to limit the sites and talk about the overview of the regions, which is the area we just mentioned. Again, the site for the Burns text will come up quite often and will give us additional areas, and under your your screen, you'll see that the Burns site is the one noted right below the discussion of the regions, and it's the burns.daniels.du.edu site. We will also be talking about cultural considerations, not in the abstract. We're not just talking about culture in general, but we're talking about culture as it relates to if you will, the international real estate setting. That is, how do cultural issues impact real estate transactions? And of course, mistakes we call faux pas. The mistakes in cultural activity, whether one insults one accidentally with a lack of knowledge, is an easy example of a faux pas that might create a problem. That might be improperly addressing someone, improperly meeting someone, improperly with manners as to behavior that's unique to a given country or area. We'll get into more detail on cultural considerations later. And then the point 6 on your screen, as we said, when all is said and done and taking the earlier materials into consideration, the real question that we try to ask in this setting is, should a business, your client's business, somebody's business or activity, expand outside of what we call the home country? We like to think of our home country, wherever it is, whether it's the United States as the home country, and moving out from that, we say it's outbound, or coming into the country is inbound. So whatever the home country is, whether that's Japan, and we are going outbound from Japan into investing in the United States or China or Canada or wherever. So we'll address and look to those items in the near future. We'll now move from the course outlined to the substantive material.